today's video, we'll look into a scenario in which Peru makes an empire in 2022. Well, based on Peru, they can't invade. There's no way they can succeed if they decide to invade Brazil. So most likely they would invade Ecuador, because Ecuador is an easy target. This would probably make America dislike them, but that's just it, everyone. As I guess they would quickly decide to make a spearhead towards Quito, the capital, and probably start an invasion in the south, because it's closer to Lima. And they would invade from here. Why? Because they can. As they take Quito, guys, Ecuador's government is basically toppled. But unlike the last time they went to war, Ecuador is completely annexed. I think they invaded them twice, maybe? Or something. You know, Ecuador used to extend almost to Brazil. Basically, so it's pretty good. With them quickly deciding to turn their attention towards Bolivia, which Bolivia dislikes. Why do they dislike this? Would you dislike it if somebody invaded you? I would. But luckily I'm a mapper and you can't be part of this, but that's besides it. As they push into Bolivia, meeting more resistance than they expected. They basically just do what's genius and say, yo, Chile, yo, Brazil, can you join me to invade? And they say, yo, sure. Chile, you're really trusting Peru? Yeah. With Chile quickly launching their invasion. With Brazil coming in from the north, yo. They come in from here too. Somehow they got their forces through the Amazon. Explain that one. With them even invading here. And Bolivia's in Spain. And to make matters worse, Brazil's offensive and Peru's. And Chile's offensive basically swipes them out of existence. And then they have Brazil gaining land and Peru gaining land. A new idea is launched by the Peruvian government, which they put a bunch of ships in the sea. What? They put ships in the sea, says everyone? And how come they haven't annexed the Galapagos yet? Did the Galapagos turtles just say, yo, we're not part of you or something? No, I'm kidding. As this happens, but Peru built a navy with Bolivia's navy is what they're using. Wait, what? Why Bolivia? Do you really need a navy? I guess you do. But now you're helping Peru. I mean, historically, you've kind of been good, I guess. Whereas Panama's navy is a bit bad at fighting, I guess. I never seen it fight a war. I also never seen the Peruvian Empire. So maybe, I don't know, truth, strength. With them plotting to invade to the north. With Colombia and Brazil and Chile starting to think strategy for geopolitical. With someone deciding to militarize the Panama Canal. With America saying, yo, Peru, you can't do this. Peru says, yeah, I can. And America says, fine, we won't do anything. With them going in front of the Darien Gap, going all of the way to the Panama Canal, with more forces coming to the north of the Panama Canal. With the Darien Gap being ignored, they take it. Wait, what? Isn't that just a bunch of, like, criminal organizations in the Darien Gap or something? Well, yeah, you would be right. With them invading Nicaragua, who has no navy. Wait, what? Nicaragua has an army. Guys, that's Costa Rica. But they don't have time to mobilize their navies, as Peru does this. As they sweep through these lands. Now, this video isn't going to be that long, I can tell. Want you to see Brazil's navy? Because, like, really, would we? No, and one sec. It's bad relations with America. But as the coalition gets prepared for war, which there's 2 coalitions, which nobody knew about yet. This coalition, which includes Argentina, who somehow joined. Uruguay also decided to join this as they go to war with Chile. But unknowledged of the fact that there is a big coalition, Peru is quickly surprised at the enemy's will to defeat them. And yeah, we are going to have more naval dominance. Yay! I just like naval dominance. With them quickly establishing a cutoff here, known as the Colombian blockade. Why do they call it the Colombian blockade? Don't ask me. All your blockades. And yeah. Let's go to this size, then we can easily swoop the coast. As a war is indefinite. 2 coalitions at war with each other. Okay. Well, this empire's going to have some Spain without the S, too. But it wouldn't be fair if we just let Peru whip everyone. Well, I mean, Peru's definitely going to win. Doesn't mean there'll be an easy victory. It's an empire video's whole purpose is not to make them win, per se. It is. They will always win. With a huge Brazilian army headed down here. But a big, like, no fighting really happens over the Navy. Which is not really the smartest Brazilian choice. With Argentina making a surprise campaign and doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, this was such a smart strategy. As soldiers are legitimately freezing to death in Patagonia. But what do? They just keep going north until they're finally warm. With Chile's navy starting to crumble in the dark. Yeah. Really great, Chile. Good job. And everybody's proud of Chile's surprising campaigning. Yeah, Chile is still fighting. They're just going to get kicked back. Brazil is really irritated as this happens. I wonder why Brazil is irritated. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. With Brazil crossing into Argentina with a surprise campaign trying to take Buenos Aires, which they almost manage to do. Yeah. They almost managed to do, but Argentina is much smarter than that. And they do this. And Brazil's army is in trouble. With all of their army launching a surprise campaign away. With them going this direction, and this. A lot of Argentinian forces are encircled by this. But these are troops mostly fleeing. Disorganized too, so it's not really the greatest. With this quickly happening, with them all getting out into Paraguay, they are completely kicked back. With Brazil and Colombia launching a last-ditch attempt to win this war, which is an attempt to take Lima, which they encircle fully. They even take it, but guess what? They do this. It looks like Peru's empire's dreams are gone. But then Colombia learns a lesson that Peru will never give up. A lot and I mean a lot, landing right here as they start arming this area really heavily. With Colombia in trouble as they start taking over more and more land. With somebody named Peru doing this. And somehow taking back their capital and put their government back in order. As they move back and take Quito back. With this last-ditch attempt being a complete embarrassing failure. Which really embarrasses Brazil. With the counter-offense of Brazil being kicked out, a lot of Argentinian and Peruvian forces enter. Yeah. But they don't have naval dominance in Brazil. But they quickly move their naval dominance up. Basically, Peru has big demands being sent to a peace negotiation. Which Brazil refuses. So they just say, okay, if you're going to refuse it, we can play that game too. Which basically, they just send a big armed force. And yeah. Into the Amazon. Yeah. You know what these are the forces are sending in? I guess they're just poison dart frogs at this point. They're using poison dart frogs. And plus, at least it's not being burnt in this occupied lands. Definitely not getting bombed, hopefully. And well, Peru gets there and it's like, yeah, this is exhausting as they push up here. With the tables being turned completely. Brazil and Colombia and Chile thought they had an easy victory. No, I'm not even kidding. But Argentina taking its last attempt to take out Brazil, which is the taking of Brasilia. And yeah. With Brasilia falling, this happens. And to make this episode really fun, to make this really fun, is that Portugal hears. Wait, say what? Says Brazil. As Portugal kind of declares war, sends their full entire army through water here. Their full Portuguese navy, yeah, not there. But their full Portuguese navy comes crushing in. Okay, what happens next? With Peru thinking they'll now have a very easy victory, right? Well, this kind of happens to change everyone's viewpoint on this war. As they realize this was probably a dumb idea, as all of Brazil, I mean all of it, is just annexed by Portugal. And I guess they now have a new ally. But that's pretty much all for today's video, so one sec. Part of this video, I bet, is Brazil's takeover. But I mean, who didn't think Portugal was going to do something? And then Argentina takes all of Chile and parts of Brazil because they're greedy. Uruguay gets a bit of land that Argentina would share. Peru got thick. And that's all for today's video. Please like and subscribe. Wild Mapper out. Please why should you subscribe? Because we're trying to get 175 subscribers by, what's the date? February 1st. So if you would want to help, please like and subscribe. That's all for today's video. Wild Mapper out.